What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's David State Life. Today, live stream all about droning. I have a special guest. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. And a special guest is going to come up in a little bit, in a few minutes. And until then, I would like to welcome everybody. I know it's during NFL season, and I actually going to change my schedule over to Saturdays. So therefore, it's not in the way at all for Sundays, football, whatever, whoever wants to watch that. I'm one of them. So therefore, I'm going to be watching it. So I hope you guys can hear me. If you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up. We get Hot Rod in Daytona. What's up, Hot Rod, my man? Hot Rod is one of the best guys that I get in my comment section so far. He's helping me out a lot together with another other guys out there. We have now no more the logo right up here for the StreamYard. So I'm subscribed to StreamYard. I'm actually streaming from my 640 right now, or 6400 right now. And I'm hoping that you guys can hear me. How do I? Can you hear me? Let's see. And there is the comment. Howdy YouTube. So yeah, definitely droning. All about droning. Pretty much has to do everything with drones. What I've learned so far. And yes, Uncle DK 808. What's up, my man? How you doing, bro? All right, you guys can hear me. That's great. That's awesome. So yeah, in probably about 8 minutes or so, we're gonna have my special guest come online. And until then, so far what I've seen, if you guys haven't seen it yet, I have a giveaway for the Pheno P27 soundbar. So if you guys haven't signed up for that, please go sign up. It's going to be the drawing for the winner, going to be randomly. It's going to be my 3-year-old who's going to draw the winner out of that. And it's actually going to be on my birthday that I will give it back to you guys. So I'm looking forward to that, definitely. And yeah, droning. What has got me into droning? It was pretty much Original Dobo and Flight Path, both of those guys that I ran across somehow randomly over just stumbling over it in YouTube. And I watched a couple of videos. And we have Jake's Drone Life. What's up, Jake? And as soon as I came across them, I was like thinking to myself, oh my God, because I used to do motorcycle videos, right? And I was thinking to myself, I want to have some footage of me riding a motorcycle going with the drone. Well, that seems to be a bigger challenge than it is, because besides you riding the motorcycle, you got to have somebody else who actually flies the drone for you, who knows how to fly a drone. So I would definitely hook up with some of my drone brothers here in Big Island of Hawaii one of these days, that they're going to be able to get me filming me riding my motorcycle, because so far I only could set it up with a mission waypoint, and then you got to go so slow, and you got to set it all up, and then my controller stay on the side of the road. So definitely, if you pick up the drone hobby, be aware that you want to have somebody else with you who knows what that droning stuff is all about, and then hopefully we can work it all out. Jake, sir, I'm getting my Evo 2 Pro Tuesday. Awesome. Yeah, mine's one is sitting right over here in my beautiful GPC case. And I just finished flying it yesterday. I made a video for Drone Worship. Drone Worship is currently not in a good state. I know he's a red flag for some other YouTubers, but hey man, we're all still having the same hobby. So Drone Worship, we think of you, and I pray for your better recovery, quick recovery. I know you're doing really bad. FedEx baby, I'm calling in from work. Yes, you're calling in from work. So definitely, so now that it's all said and done, while we have it here, he's not my co-host, and he's my special guest today. I would like to welcome all of you guys, Mr. Paul Feinberg. You're muted.
Oh yes, I had to unmute myself. That's right. I should know this by now. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Paul here.
How you?
You know, I'm kind of in the middle of doing a bathroom remodel right now, so I stopped for a little bit, and I'm probably done for the night. But we're just finishing up the last pieces of they're doing the Joanna Gaines shiplap wall, and there, that's what the ladies want. So anyway, I'm having a good old weekend, getting stuff done.
Are you watching football?
Football. I have a fantasy league that we do through work. I haven't been watching any of it today. No. But hey, I'm glad it's back. I'm a more of a college guy than pro, so I'm looking forward to the college. I'm a Florida Gators fan, so go Gators.
All right. Yeah, I watched some of the games today, and it was kind of weird because you don't see nobody in the stands, but you hear a crowd, and it's like, so are they pushing in the audio from outside or?
Yeah. What's your team, huh?
Cowboys, brother, Cowboys.
Cowboys. All right. All right.
So yeah, definitely. But welcome to my show. I appreciate you guys swinging by. I tried to get you in the last time. Instead, I had
Yeah.
Aldrin, which was awesome too. I
Oh,
had
that was
a
a cool one.
good fun. Yeah, I had good fun with Aldrin. Aldrin is a great guy. So on your channel growing, I see once in a while you pop up some videos, unpacking some items, some gear.
Yeah,
How's that going?
it's going. I was been putting full force towards my channel for the past, I don't know, a year and a half. It's a grind, And when I started out, my videos were all over the place. My problem is I like to talk a lot. I don't script any of my videos, so I'll have a topic like I think my PGY tech unpacking. I think I started the video actually unboxing it in like 6 minutes in, so I'm trying to get better at that, but I think YouTube for anybody is just like it's a process to get used to. However, I will say that I've been kind of blessed to make a lot of great relationships, and I feel like I'm a bigger creator than I am, but that's perfectly fine. It's not really about the numbers anyway, so I just say go out there and create, and when your time comes, you'll make it. But I've been partnering with Original Dobo for a lot of stuff. Obviously, some of you guys know I've been doing a live show, and I'm starting to possibly make videos for him. We're kind of turning his channel into more of like the drone channel that is what's that big tech guy, Linus Tech Tip. We're kind of trying to make Original Dobo more of a brand and than not really centered around just Ken. So I've been kind of helping him out with there. We're trying to beef up his descriptions, and it's fun. I don't know. I enjoy the process of YouTube, and anytime you do something like this, you learn more. So
I
I
love
like
YouTube.
working with other people. So
Yeah, I totally love YouTube. When I got into YouTube back then, it was like what 12 years ago, something like that. I think my account is from 2008 or something, and I got into it, and I had like action cameras, and I was filming some stuff. I checked out my old stuff the other day, and it's like, what the hell? Like, what did I film there? You know what I mean? But then I took a long break until sometime last year, November, and I was like eager to just get back into it, and I finally got me my 6400 that I'm actually streaming off right now. So my video quality is way better than it used to be.
yeah, I'm using the 6600 right now for my streaming camera, and we'll see. We'll
I
see what
totally love
happens.
it.
We'll see what Sony puts out in the next few weeks. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. So, what is your relationship with Ken? Like, how did you guys meet? What
Well,
happened?
it's funny, I met him. I think I was on Twitter, and a few guys that follow me on my channel. I think one of them is Brad Fogel. He noticed that I have an EDU discount, and we were pretty good close friends. So he wanted to buy a few camera stuff. He bought himself a 6600, and he bought himself the 16 and the 55 lens, and he wanted to meet up. And I'm like, hey, I'll give you I'll just buy it for you, and if you want to, you just refund me a little bit. And so he's a truck driver, so he drove down here, and I don't know how, but somehow I think Ken was on the Twitter, and we're like, hey, you want to come meet up with us? And so he drove from Tampa. We met kind of in the Disney area, so right off I-4. I think we met at like a BJ's, and he had some beers, of course. And
You had some wine.
I'm cheap. I drink when we're together with the families, but I'm kind of one of those guys that's like, I watch my wallet. I just drink the water when I go to the restaurants, and just don't get like one of those $25 meals. I usually budget around $15-16 or something like that. But anyway,
What Jake Drone Life said, it's going to get you fired.
The good thing is, if he fired me today, I think I would make the same amount of money as I did the next day. So it's all right. But so that started our relationship. We went out to eat, the three of us, and then ever since then, Ken's just been off the hook texting me. He'll get some crazy gear idea and say, "Hey, Paul, what do you think about this?" He knows we're both big Sony guys, and so I had my first drone, and the up until recently, as a lot of people know, was the Mavic Pro. So I just kept using that, and I kept crashing it, and I just would go in there, and I'm really good now at fixing the little rubber bandy the vibration plate. You know, I can get that, take the whole drone apart now because I think I've wrecked it like 3 times. I think I crashed into a tree once. My father-in-law had to get like a big 90-foot ladder or something, and get up on a tree and knock it down, and we were able to catch it out of the tree. And then one time I was out in Georgia or something, and we were renting a cabin, and I accidentally crashed it, or I flew too long. I'm trying to land it inside instead of landing it out in the kind of fieldy area in front of the house. I'm like, I'll just land it through the porch and try to like go, down between the roof line and the little railing. And right when I was about to get to the roof line, the battery went low and returned to home, and I couldn't cancel it enough time. So it went up 200 feet and ran into some trees and fell and hit the roof of the house and bounced on the floor. So that was another fix the vibration plate. I'm pretty good at that now. So, but I've been really happy with this new Evo. Ken gave it this new drone to me because he knew that I didn't think I was gonna be able to fix my Mavic Pro. I had to replace the ribbon cable. It kept giving me like a ATM error or something like that, and the gimbal will just go back and forth. So I finally was able to open it up and fix the ribbon cable after I replaced it once. It didn't fix it. Then I opened it back up again, and I positioned all the ribbon cable, and finally got it to work that time. So now it does work. But then I got this new Evo 2, which is as you know, it's pretty cool drone. I think you have the 6K, right?
I have the 6K, I have the Pro.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much it flies the same. It's just
people say that it's not smooth. Like I flew the Mavic Pro for a while, and I feel like the Evo 2 is smoother than the original Mavic Pro. So I mean, I haven't flown a lot of the newer, like the Mavic 2.
I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that fly DJI and Mavic Air 2 and the Mini, and I mean, I compare it to the only comparison I have is my Parrot Anafi. And my Parrot Anafi is fast as hell, but she's super slim in profile, super fast, agile as hell. This one doesn't have it, but you learn after a while, which brings me to one of the steps pretty much for droning, is that speed ain't everything. It's more about how smooth you're going to be able to go through stuff and how smooth you can make those turns.
See, and I really like the Evo 2 because it's not that fast. I mean, I noticed it's a lot slower than the Mavic Pro was, but because of that, the stick control is a little bit easier. I can push it a little bit more and still get the nice control to get those nice, even, smooth pans. And I think that's why it's smoother for me. I don't know, because it's so slow. I can get those nicer. I don't know. It's all about the motion. If the cinematic footage looks better when you can incorporate, getting closer to your subject, but also, moving the camera a little bit so you get those, I don't know, better shots. It's better than just, either getting a straight shot and going up, or you just moving the gimbal down. It's if you can add that movement in it, it's way better. So
I like that the drone is like so massive that even when I stay at the coastal areas and I get like 37 miles per hour wind, it just stays there. Like with my Parrot Anafi, it was at some point there. I look down at the screen, I look up, and it's somewhere over there, and it's like, okay.
And it's orange, so it's a lot easier. You're like, where the heck is this thing? There it is. Yeah. My 2-year-old likes watching me fly, and he'll be like, he can see it coming from far away. He's like, oh, look, there it is. So I definitely see that. And then what was the other thing that Ken says? And I'm doing a video on this right now, so this might be a little bit of preview for some people who are, I'm doing a video from the perspective of coming from a DJI to the Altel system, and the controller. I love the controller. I think it's a cool design. Like, having that built-in screen just in case you need it. Like, usually what I do is I'll use the phone, and then when I get down to like the battery life and it's just dead, I'll just throw the phone off and just like fly straight from the controller just to try to drain the battery as much as I possibly can before I land it, because it's better for your batteries to completely drain those things. So, but yeah, I think it's a cool controller. I don't know. I love the fact that the phone's on top. I think it's a good size for the hands. I think it has way too many buttons. I don't know what the ones on the bottom. I don't really use the ones on the bottom, but maybe not yet.
The buttons of hell, A and B.
Right.
So I reviewed a phone mount. I mean, a controller mount. I just took it off yesterday after I've been flying, and the mount itself is actually pretty good. I got it. It's called the Skyfire Aerial. I did a review on it. So I love it. I just took it off so I could clean up my controller. That was the only thing. So I recharged it and I cleaned up the controller. But it protects your pretty much everything. It gives you a better mount for the top because this bottom rubber keeps coming off on me already. So
Yeah.
it keeps sliding out. Yeah, I just had it. I've seen it before on all the Facebook groups that people was complaining about. I was like, I don't have that issue until the other day, and my phone just popped out, was hanging on the wire. And I was like, huh? And I looked, and actually, the rubber pad was stuck to my phone. So I was like, oh, it went. So I get this controller mount, the Skyfire Aerial, and that thing is actually pretty good. It makes me love this controller. I used to didn't like it because my hand's so big, and the handles because they fold in. I'm not really a big fan of that. So when I got this Skyfire Aerial, and because it has that wing at the bottom, it stabilizes the handles. And the best part is there's a button bumper plate. I didn't touch the A and B buttons all this time.
That's hilarious. What do
Yeah,
those
it's
buttons
great.
do?
You can use it for programming for like if you want to program let's say for like the orbit part. If you don't use the smart orbit, you can use the regular orbit. You fly over something that is going to be a point, and then you fly back and it's going to be a B point, and then it's going to start rotating. So it's pretty much for programming. And it says somewhere somebody said something that those buttons going to be programmable for other functions as well, which I haven't gotten into yet because all I've been doing was flying because I'm working on that log video. I started filming in log. I'm terrible at color grading, but I think the video is turning out pretty good.
Huh, that's cool. Yeah,
So
I'm such a newbie. I think I've flown the Evo 2 now 4 times, so I'm trying to
yeah,
get a few more flights. It's tricky coming from the menu system too. I'm from the DJI going to the Altel. I'm still trying to figure out where all the I haven't found the follow actions yet. I mean, I'm sure I can watch a video on it, but I've just been charging the battery up and getting in the air. And it's when you're in the air, it's like, oh my goodness, where is everything around here? So finally figured out where all the changing the. You can change the aperture on the 6K. I can't change the aperture on the 8K, but
I just took a screenshot the other day. I cracked 600 flights with 785 miles. That's with the new drone, and I had already like 200 something with like 300 something miles with the old drone.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work at a school, and I'm really wanting to get on top of the roof, and just getting a lot of I don't know. There's like a lake behind the school, so I might be getting some shots of that too. It's fun. The school knows that I do video too, so they're like, "Hey, we got this idea. Can you do some videos?" So like they wanted like a virtual open house, and I had made them a video of like watching like principals like the guide and doing showing everybody the school, and then I mix in some like drone shots of the school with the property. So when you talk about the bus ramp, I just flew over the bus ramp and stuff like that. So they know that I do video stuff. They don't care. They're just like, oh, that guy, yeah, he's probably filming something for the school or something. It's funny.
That's pretty cool. So for beginners of drone flying, what would be your first suggestions?
I'm just going to throw it out. If you can afford to get the Mavic 2 Air, I think that's a great starter drone. $700 isn't too bad. You get the full package, and DJI is great other than, those geofencing area. If you live in a crazy geofencing area. And then, other than that, maybe the Mavic Mini. I mean, it's a small drone. You don't have to even get you don't have to register it, but you still have to follow all the guidelines. So if you can afford it, Mavic Air 2. But if not, the Mavic. My friend has a Mavic Mini and loves it. So
Jake Drone Life asking 808, will that hold a 10.2-inch iPad? Yes, it will, because it has these extensions that pull out, and they're really strong. It's gonna hold that. If not, there is another one that is. I don't want to fall off the chair. That is this one that has this clip thing, and it's huge. It fit my Aces, no problems. Of course, I can't use the Aces for fly. I just used it for show that you can mount that in there. But yeah, it's gonna definitely hold something larger than 10.2, guarantee.
You fly with an iPad?
No, I don't. All I have is this. I cannot afford an iPad. I have 5 kids, my friend. I live in Hawaii, so I'm the only one that has a job.
Expensive, huh?
Yeah, and we just had a riot the other day. I wanted to pop out a video, and then that stuff happened on Tuesday night, and I was like, oh my god, I was so beat. I'm still dinged up, my knees still scraped up and bumped up, bruised up. I got hit by pepper balls on accident, and smoke inhalation. But we got all 28 guys of that building out. So yeah. So after that, I was not in the mood to film anything. I just was going work, coming home, sleep, going work, coming home, sleep, and then finally I popped out the video of, hey, I didn't see you sign up yet. You didn't sign up for the soundbar yet. I have a
The
soundbar
what?
for giveaway. A soundbar to give away.
Oh, soundbar. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, I have like, I'm kind of blessed around here. I use a Sonos system throughout my entire house. I just saw that. I was like, I'll let somebody. I'm not going to register for that. I'll let somebody else win that.
No, but definitely you guys go check it out. It's gonna be given away on my birthday. It's gonna be on my birthday. That's when it makes the 30 days. And on my birthday, October 10th, is when I'm gonna draw the winner. And
Oh, that's right. You and I share the same birthday. My birthday is October 10th as well.
That's right.
I was like,
only the best people are born in October.
Oh yeah, that's right. 10/10, baby. Yeah.
Right.
My son, his birthday is October 1st. My mother-in-law's birthday is also October 1st. My brother-in-law's birthday is the 6th. So we have a ton of birthdays in October in our family. Yeah.
I get mine's at the 10th. I get my son's on the 26th. I get my brother's one on the 24th, I believe. I might be wrong right now. But yeah, there's a lot. There's a ton of birthdays in October. It's crazy.
It's an expensive month. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. At some point, we had a party planned where we had like 4 guys of us that were born all in October, and we wanted to call it the 4 Horsemen Party and make it on Halloween. It ended up that we never did it because we were so drunk the other weekends before that. We ended up never throwing a party.
That sounds like that's right up Ken's alley right there.
So on your channel, what's next for come up on your channel? Do you have anything?
So I have I still have I unboxed an LED ring light, and I wanted to do kind of a follow up to that because it did surprise me. Sometimes when I undo these unboxings and I do a really quick test, and I'm like, man, it's all right. It is what the unboxing says. I don't really need to go in too much details, but I need to do a follow up to that, and I got this Pixel C100 light that I was supposed to do a full video on, but then I just kind of got lost with time, and my wife was like, I don't really want you to keep that light right now, so I ended up sending it back. A company sent me like a softbox, so I was like, well, I need to buy a light to do this softbox with. I'll buy it, and hopefully I'll just keep it because I kind of want that. Like Ken used that light, and he said it's really good, so I was like, oh, I don't see many videos on it, so I bought it, and I have some footage I got to do with that one, so I still need to edit that one a little bit. And then obviously I've been working on this video for Ken's channel on the Evo. That'll be my first like jump onto original Dobo. So I'm staying fairly busy. I'm trying to do a video a week, and last week I didn't put a video up, so I slacked there. It's been crazy at my school. My work has been real nuts. I work at a school, so we with all this COVID stuff, I shouldn't say that. With all that stuff that's going on, I have more kids are working from home, and they're making appointments like throughout the day. Usually, the kids will just come down to my office and see the computer. Now I gotta like schedule appointments throughout, like not too many back to back. It's kind of stinks because usually I would be able to get all my work done really quickly in the morning or something like that, and then have the rest of the day just kind of chill out and wait for teachers to have a problem or something, and I'd be editing, or I can go into the school. Usually when I'm recording my videos at school, when you see a solid blue background, I'm in the school studio just knocking stuff out. Sometimes I do it during my lunch break. Sometimes I wait till I'm after school, like right when I get out at 4, I'll go in there and knock out a video real quick. But I kind of like the setup. It's pretty quiet in there because it's all soundproofed, and everybody seems to like the solid blue background. I don't know what it is. It's just a blue sound panels with like fabric over it, but people think it looks really cool. So I'm like, all right.
Oh man, I get super busy background. I made everything myself, and I just I had to make the sign for myself. It was hard to figure out what I wanted to do. I was watching the other day.
You had a TV behind you, or is it just a big picture?
No, and it's a big board. It's two boards actually that are mounted together like this, and then I cut out the islands. They're made out of wood. I cut them all out.
Oh,
I marked them all, cut them all out. I sanded them down. I drilled holes in the back, and I put those, the sticks that you can buy at like one. Ben Franklin, like one of those craft shops. The sticks,
yeah.
they're like this thin. So I stuck those inside there, stuck them into the board so that the signs are the
They're a
islands
little,
are floating,
you're a little off, yeah. It's
floating. And
cool.
then next to that, right over here, this is my artificial voice that usually goes. That's Mary. That's an
Okay.
old. That's an old. What are you? That's an old 990 FXA GD motherboard that I modified, and that's where usually my artificial intelligence comes from.
Cool.
Yeah, and then she's
AI.
hooked up to a speaker that is in that helmet. So I'm working on that right now because I got something really cool, and I think I'm gonna bring her to life. I don't
Ooh.
know.
What do you
So,
got
but
coming up, man?
yeah, like I said, I'm working on that log video right now. Why I switched over to using log. I get that coming up for the 6K. The Autel series have been doing really good for my channel, so I'm like only like 400 hours I think away from monetization. But
Ooh.
I'm not quite sure if I want to do it because I
Hey,
have
you know,
9,900 subscribers, but I get the affiliate programs with B&H, and I just signed up for B&H, and I get the one for Amazon. And the viewers, all the guys that are watching right now, have been doing a great job just going on my links and buying stuff. And it doesn't really matter if they buy what is linked through my video, as long as
right.
they end up on the platform. I still get credit, and it doesn't cost them anything, but it helps me getting
It's huge. Yeah, because it
accessories and stuff, and it's
exactly.
a little bit money on the side. Sometimes it's like $20 a month, but it's $20 I didn't have, and I use that to put it towards the video with the Pro, and I have been trying to pump out as many Autel Evo 2 Pro videos as much as I could to help people out, share my experiences pretty much because I didn't want anybody to run into the same issues that I have, or I mean, just pretty much what it is. And then I became sort of like an ambassador for the Evo 2. So,
That's cool. How
yeah,
how
it's
how early did you get the affiliate? Because every time I try to get it, they're like, you have to have 500 subscribers. They keep can't closing, even though I make the minimum amount of sales. They
yeah.
always
So
close my account down, so I got to have 500 subscribers. Is what they're trying to tell me.
yeah. So the thing was for me, I had already 1,000 subscribers back then that I made through the old videos back 12 years ago. So I kept the account, and the account just went stagnant after, and I wasn't really doing anything. And then after last year, November, that's when I got back into it. And then my subscriber count started growing tremendously as soon as at first I was doing small kind of videos like DJI Ronin SC review. Didn't go well at all. So at first my expectations was higher because of my experience prior. And then I just toned it down, and I was like, if I get 50 views within the first 24 hours, I'm happy.
Right.
So I started putting it on Facebook, I started Reddit, and I started all these other things. But Facebook and Reddit are two. I mean, Facebook is good because you can choose specific groups. So I'm in multiple of the Autel Evo groups, owner groups, and support groups, and I think even the DroneWorks group. So I post my videos there just to get a little bit more exposure or point people into the right direction to find info about the Autel Evo. Um, Reddit, on the other hand, seems to be filled with idiots and small kids because they just bash you and they just talk shit about you and they call me fat boy and all that. It's like, hey, dude, I know what I'm doing, but
Man.
I still make a living. You know what I mean? Like, freaking,
Yeah.
I support 5 kids. I hold a job for 13 years, you know what I mean, in a prison. So, what have you done? And I'm doing these videos on the side. So I'm not really bothered about it. So it's just Reddit is not my platform. I just stay away from it. It seems to attract just idiots. And apparently there are jealous people out there too, because on the last live stream, after I had Aldrin as my guest, somebody wrote in there, how does a plug like me, I guess, gets a guest like him? And I was like thinking
I
to
don't
myself, like,
understand that because it's not even about like people. You could have. Here's the problem I have. Sometimes people want to have handouts, right? They want to. It doesn't do anybody any good to go out there and try to get people to either buy subscribers or get them, because like it's all about the watch hours. Like you could have a million subscriber if nobody watches your channel, it doesn't matter, right? So the natural way to grow is just to post content, build a community, answer people's comments, just try to build that community, because those people that are watching are going to be the ones that are you know growing
yeah,
your channel, really. I mean, Yeah, it doesn't matter. I try not to tell any of the kids that go to my school. Like, I don't want anybody to know that I'm a YouTuber, because the last thing I want is a bunch of kids coming and, subscribing to my channel and then maybe saying something stupid in the comments, or they don't watch the video. They just do a dislike maybe because they know who I am at the school or something. I keep all that on the DL. I don't want people. I want to grow it naturally. So
any negative comment that comes in, I usually answer it with aloha spirit. I always see the positive in it. Maybe the person had a bad day, you know what I mean? Maybe the person is just jealous because he can't film anything. Maybe the person doesn't have everything, you know what I mean? So God knows what it is, who sits behind that screen. I don't really care. I don't have to get mad about it, and I just do what I do. So, but to get back to that affiliate stuff, so after I started growing and I ended up being at like the 1,400 mark, I started watching other YouTubers, influencers, so to speak, that was talking about how you can make extra revenue on the side, and they pointed me out towards. They pointed to the direction of affiliate links with Amazon. So since we had an Amazon Prime account, I just linked it to that, and I tried to become an affiliate. And then it stated in there that within 90 days, you got to have so much income through that stuff, revenue. And if not, they're going to shut it down, but you can reapply, not a problem. So I was like, okay. So the first month there was no revenue because they go by quarters, yeah. So it's like every 3 months. So the first month nothing happened. The second month something happened, and I had like $4 or something like that coming together out of like 40 products that were sold because it's like 40 cents a piece or whatever. And then all of a sudden, when I started the Alter Evo 2 stuff, now boom, all of a sudden I ended up with like $30 or $40 after the first quarter, and it started growing after that. So now this past quarter it was really good because somebody bought Blackmagic Cinema Pro camera. I got like $80 for it because it's a $2,000 camera. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was like, damn. So whoever it was, I thanked him in the last video.
That's awesome.
Whoever bought it, hey, great. You know what I mean? I hope it does you great because it did great for me. And then, of course, the filters came out, the ND filters came out, and I pointed some people into the direction of the Amazon filters. I was hoping to get affiliate link from DroneWorks or anything, but I think it's more for bigger companies who do that kind of stuff.
Those freewell filters are great.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
I like you. I have a hard time to like. Usually, it's pretty sun. If you fly out and it's pretty sunny, I find out probably just use an ND like 32 or something like that. Usually gets me. If it's a bright sunny day, I used to use an ND 16 on my Mavic Pro, but I realized it wasn't quite enough. So I think usually
somebody said something about ND filters. What ND filters do I use most? I actually use the most between the 8 and the 16. 16 on super bright days, because I play around a lot with the aperture. And I started filming actually in 30 FPS now with 1/60. It seems to come out way more smoother than the 24.
So I haven't tried that yet.
Jittery. So yeah, because I usually when I film, I do my head talk videos and stuff. My Sony records in 24, which comes out 29.976. 23.976. So I usually edit in that. So I figured, okay, if I film my drone footage in 24, it might be better. And now I actually figured out that if you film in 30 FPS in 1/60 and then render it together with your head talk video of the Sony, I don't know why it is.
I think it also depends on Walter. It depends on when you are. What time of the day are you mainly flying? There's going to be those peak times. So if you're flying at like high noon, you're probably going to need a higher ND filter rating than the rest of the day. If you're flying, mainly around golden hour or sunset time, you're going to need those lower ND8s or something. But so it really depends on when you usually fly. On the weekends, for me, I get morning, afternoon, and night sometimes. So I'd use all different kinds of filters, but it depends what time of day. So, but the freewells are really awesome. I think they're the nice middle of the road filter. Like they're kind of expensive, but they're not nearly as like Polar Pro expensive. And if you compare the Polar Pro to like the freewell, I think you're gonna be very surprised with the performance of the freewells. So, but for the drones, I mean, I think I was using a newer one on my Mavic Pro. I just had an ND16 newer,
So Jake's Drone Life says, 808, you helped me with my choice on purchasing the Evo 2 Pro. I appreciate it, my man. I love my Evo 2 Pro, and I don't regret buying it at all so far. So
I'm really considering buying that like the Evo, because you can upgrade the Evo camera, the 8K. I'm considering seeing what it'd cost me to get that Pro
They
camera. I don't
are
know.
$899, I think, the gimbal right now. $899 for the 6K module. Or was it $999? Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I did. I had to ask Ken. I never saw something that was $600, but maybe I'm wrong. So I don't know. It depends.
I don't know.
It depends. I mean, the 8K is perfectly fine. I mean, it's a upgrade for me coming from the Mavic Pro. I think it's like, I guess it all depends on where you come from. So if you haven't flown a drone before and you fly the 8K, you're like, holy cow, this is crazy. This is awesome. I've never used the 8K yet. I'm really curious how it will react to my computer. I have a 2019 MacBook Pro. I just upgraded it last year, so it's a beefy machine. But I'm still curious how that would react with the 8K. I haven't tested it out yet, though.
Yeah,
I'm a
so
Final Cut Pro.
Walter Hall says, what happens if you use an ND filter and use the auto setting? The only thing that happens is that your auto setting is going to crank up your shutter speed to get more exposure. So it's going to play around with the shutter speed, and it's going to try to make up for that darker film in the front of it. So I don't really use auto settings for it. I use all manual, because you want to try keep the FPS with the shutter speed 1 over the double of the FPS. So that's the main thing they're trying to do. The only thing that you play around with aperture, I mean, with the ND filter on, is actually the aperture, because that barely influences any of the smoothness of the video. So the ND filter on, keep the manual, because it's super easy to just change your aperture settings. And if you see that the aperture is like already down to like f11 or something, and it's still too bright, then bring the drone down, put a thicker ND filter on top. That's pretty much what I can.
Right, and if you have a drone where you can't control the aperture, then if you put it in manual, it's a lot easier too, because all you have to worry about is your shutter speed, and then just the aperture will be taken care of for you. Just make sure you get your shutter speed down there, and just put whatever ND filter on is right for the time.
Yeah. Jake Strona, I probably just checked out the ND filters. $130, man. I need them, but I just dropped $2,000. My wife is gonna kill me. I was in the same boat, my friend, and when I wanted to buy it from Ken from Original Adobo, and I ended up in his live stream, I was like, "I'm sorry, bro. I had to pay the bills," and he totally surprised me and said, "Oh, what if I send you a pair?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah." As soon as I can make up the money, and then he said, "No, I'm gonna send it because you made time for me." I said, "What?" So that was super cool. I mean, if you guys didn't know it yet, I got mine's on free from him, and it's awesome. That's why I like him. I mean, not because of that, but I like him just because he's
I only
so
like
blunt.
him too because he gives me free stuff.
Okay, we're gonna cut that section out. No,
don't tell me. He might fire me if he heard me say that. I love him because he gave me an Evo 8K and the freewheel filters. I mean, he's just a nice guy. Oh, sorry.
No, I like Ken because of his just how blunt he is and how he brings it across. I just like that. It reminds me of work.
He's I think I'm turning him into a little bit soft. He's becoming a little bit more softer since he's been working with me a little bit. I'm trying to. If you notice, his comments are a lot nicer, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, they are. I think he's been really hard on you in the beginning, but I think maybe it's your mission to try have him drink some cider instead of having him make you drink some beer.
You'll never see that.
My schedule changed. I'm not going to be able to attend his live stream anymore. So that's the bad part. I might be able to check in from my phone.
Oh, are you working now?
Yeah, I'm working during those days. Before I was off Wednesday, Thursdays. That's why I usually could watch him on Wednesdays, and then Thursdays have my own live stream. And the problem was I was competing against people like Ken Herring, and I'm like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Because it was at the same time.
His show is pretty big. It's hard to compete against that.
Yeah. So and then on top of that, now I did it for Sundays, and I totally forgot it's NFL season. So I'm going to be competing against the NFL while cutting my own flesh because I want to watch the NFL too. So I'm going to switch mine onto Saturdays. So my new stuff going to be Saturday noon or Saturday night flights, and then the live stream. So actually, I can actually start drinking at that time, and then just smoothly go over to where my friends come over, so I can do that stuff.
I know that Ken's been toying with doing the Friday night flights thing again, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. Well, I will miss you on Wednesday night. We certainly will. It won't be the same without you.
I'll try be there afterwards with my phone. Hopefully I can check in with my phone, but my reception sucks where we're usually at.
Right.
So It's really bad. But if not, I'm gonna watch it afterwards. I always do. I'll always watch Ken's stuff
It,
afterwards.
it's amazing. I've never I've heard of other people saying like live streams don't do really well once they're done, but it's amazing. A lot of people watch Ken's live stream after like it's posted.
Mine, like I had mine's on with Aldrin. I had mine's on with Dad Random, and I have like 300 views or something. And I was like, damn, and I get like 140 watch hours out of it, and I was like, okay. But I
Right.
like doing it because I can live relay my messages to the people, and actually it was supposed to be all about droning today. But hey, I really appreciate you coming by.
Droning.
So yeah,
Yeah,
droning.
I
Anything
love.
about droning.
Are you getting into FPV? Or is it too expensive? See, I really want to, but it's just so expensive.
I see Dad Rand playing around with it, and it looks really, really good. And I see Ken playing around with it. I'm getting more and more used to those views that they pull out of it. The problem is people don't see what is behind it. There's like months and months of crashing and investing money in it.
Right.
And right now, because I'm a licensed 107 pilot, and I'm using the GPS squads for do whatever to pay that off, I'm not quite sure if FPV is going to do the same thing for people. You know what I mean? Like you can bind it in like he does with his real estate at Ken's channel. He does it with the real estate stuff. But there's like a limitation on that. Like, yeah, not everybody likes this whole banking stuff. And
Well,
you
the
know,
thing is, I found that people say they get sick when they watch it.
Yeah.
But I will say, I think it's really cool if you smooth, like, don't do any of the flips, don't do any of the tricks, but just getting those smooth, like that, it feels like you're coasting. That's the trick with the FPV and intertwining it into like the real estate stuff or some more cinematic stuff. Like I love how, I don't know if you watch Becky and Chris, but I love how Becky and Chris uses the FPV drone to kind of tell their story in some of their videos. It's just really neat. So I want to, but like you said, it's a lot of work and I mean, I know that I would crash so much, you know, you got to get into a simulator, but I don't know. All these guys doing FPV, it's just so addicting. It's like, ooh, that'd be so fun.
Bob Casey just said, just crashed my Mavic Air 2, one motor bird in the mud, spent 30 minutes picking the mud out with a toothpick. Had to replace 2 props, but all good. She got back up in here.
I love that.
Oh, yeah,
that feeling is terrible once you crash. You're like, oh my gosh, did I just burn away $700? And then you're like, okay, it's just all right. It's just $20 worth of props. Okay, I'm good. All right.
Right,
yeah,
right.
It's always nerve-wracking when you crash. Ugh. But when people get the videos, it's fun. It's fun to watch. But like, ooh, that sucks for that guy. You know, I don't know.
That's what I did. Thought I could FPV this and we'll do it. Hit a wire down. She came. I got lucky this time. Woo. Yeah,
wow.
Did my man. Like every single time when something goes wrong in the flying part, or when I look at my screen and something goes wrong on my Evo 2 Pro, it's like, and I don't breathe, and I'm just like thinking, like within seconds, I have thoughts of how I'm gonna get divorced, how I'm gonna be sleeping outside of the house, how I'm just gonna load up everything into my car, and then that's it. I'm not gonna see my kids ever again just because I just burned $2,000.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this last story, and then I got a jet. But yeah, we were on vacation in Georgia, and I'm flying my Mavic Pro just because I didn't want to put the Evo up. I was having a hard time getting GPS signal where we were. I think we drove over the line to North Carolina, and we were at a dam, and we finally got some GPS signal. So I took it off, was flying towards the dam, and then all of a sudden, my screen goes black, and I'm like, and I'm looking up in the sky. There's just trees all around me. I couldn't see the drone. That was one, stupid move there. But anyway, so I was like, I can't see it, and I was like, I tried to hit the return to home button, but it wasn't getting any connection. So I was like, forget it. I guess I just lost it, and my wife's like, about to kill me. Oh my goodness, I'm like, it's okay. I just got the Evo 2 from Ken. It's not a big deal. It's just a Mavic 2. I'm the Mavic Pro. It's the original one. It's not worth anything. It's beat up. If I got my money's worth out of that drone, it's okay. And I'm like a little bummed. I'm like, I get that like really tense, like and I'm just like, my friend and I are like looking around, can't find it. I'm like, 5 minutes go past, and I'm like, you know what? I think I've been having problems with my phone connector. So I literally just went back to my controller, picked it up off the ground, unplugged, plugged it back in, and poof, it came back on the screen, and you could see it was just hovering there in front of the dam. I'm like,
Oh.
and it still had enough battery. I took it back and landed it, and it was perfectly fine. So
And the drone was looking at you and goes,
yeah,
psyched.
and I was like, "See ya, honey, I'm just kidding, just kidding." But it's it's in those moments you're like freaking out, you're like tense, and you don't think about the stupid stuff like that. Like my phone just, I must have like hit the the connector or something on my phone and just bumped it a little bit, and then you're freaking out, right? And so the hardest part about when you're in the air is not to freak out and just take it calm, see what just do all the basic troubleshooting stuff, not freak out, but. Oh well, so I gotta go. It was really thanks a lot for having me here tonight. We're gonna go out and get some grub. So
you do that. Everybody, there's the link for his channel is inside there. If you guys have time, just go swing by, go subscribe to Paul's channel, and definitely go check out his good stuff that he get over there. He gets some funny stuff going on. I watch pretty much all your videos already.
it's fun. I'm big on RGBs. And I get a lot of lighting sent to me. So
I'm a light freak. I'm a light freak, man. I'm a total light freak. I get I get lights down here, and I get lights
those
over there.
Cool lights right there. Those YN360s are great.
Oh yeah, but they link up with each other. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's so cool.
I didn't know that. I have 4 of them, and then one day came and I just wanted to turn off that one, pick, and then all of a sudden all 3 of them. Wait, what? So yeah.
Oh man, that's cool. Yeah, thanks for having me. If you guys don't, come check out my channel, at least come out and have a brew with us on a Wednesday night. Come do the drone thing. I'm a co-host with Ken on Original Dobo. So
definitely.
Thanks for having me, man.
All right, man. You take it easy. Aloha.
Peace.
So cool. Paul Feinberg, Mr. Co-host for Original Dobo. I really appreciate that. So I've been going through the chat. I tried to catch most of the chat that I could see in here, and I just let's see, what can I catch up with? What is there that I can catch up with? There was one comment over here from Walter Hall. 808 do a video showing to set the camera setting and ND filter choices when in the different stops. Yeah, like Paul said, it pretty much depends on the day of time that the time of day that you're flying it. So if you stay on high noon, it's really, really bright and the colors are like kind of faded out. But that is part of my log video that is going to come up too, why I started filming in log. If you also using the histogram to keep your levels, you're going to realize that the log is way easier on adjusting the stuff. And then you can play around with saturation, throwing in LUTs for several things. So yeah, everything will be explained inside of that log video stuff. And I'm actually getting more and more into color grading. So if you're using programs such as Final Cut Pro, DaVinci Resolve, Adobe Premiere, Sony Vegas, there's a lot of tutorials out there in YouTube that you guys can check out. And you guys can check out those tutorials to see how you guys can color grade within that program that you're using for editing your drone footage. And I'm telling you one thing, anybody can be a Sam Calder these days because the technology wise, it's been coming so great. And it's just, you got to figure out how to get the colors the right way. And color grading seems to be a huge thing for create a certain atmosphere and all that stuff. So log on the drone itself seems to help out a lot. And all these f-stops and stuff, they slow down dramatically the moment you start filming in log because it's just not as blown out on black or blown out on whites because it's very desaturated. And you can use it afterwards in the software that you're using for your editing to bring it up, to bump it up, to make it pop, and you can actually choose certain colors to pop out more than others. So that's pretty cool. And everything I'm trying to explain pretty much like what I've learned. I'm not a pro, but what I've learned, I try to share that with you guys so you guys can apply it for your videos, and people are gonna go like, "Damn, you made this!" So I want you guys to be just as good as I am, and I'm just learning on that too. Bob Casey, glad you're doing live streams. You know who brought me to live streams? That was Sean Idle. Sean Idle or Ide Studios. Sean was the first one to ever invite me to a chat or to a live stream to be his guest. And Sean is awesome. I like Sean. He's really, really good. He rambles on about certain things that have nothing to do with whatever. And then boom, the information that he relays though afterwards is really good. I really like his channel. So he the one who brought me to live streams. So definitely. All right, Walter had to go. See ya. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. So we have what time is it now? Yeah, we have about 10 more minutes. Then I gotta go too because there's thing going on today at my house, so that's why I have to push it. But I'm gonna move the live stream to Saturdays so that we don't interfere with the NFL. So it's gonna be Saturdays at 2 p.m. Hawaii time, and then therefore from there on out we're gonna have infinite time to do our live stream. Maybe even a 3-4 hour live stream. I don't know. I don't. It stayed. So, what did you think of my alien tech video? It's dollars, but boy, is it great! It is dollars, but it's freaking good, man. I mean, the alien tech. I mean, the range extenders in itself too are something like the Kitty Hawk and alien tech and all that stuff. That's some crazy stuff. I think it's like really, really cool things. Like it. At first, I thought like, oh, why install a range extender until I watched that video, and I was like, it has to do with the signal strength, even on short distance and interferences. So that helps out a lot, like a lot, like really. So, and Walter, no, I'm staying. All right, Walter. Peace, brother. I'll be posting some video with the Evo 2 Pro soon. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, Jake. Definitely. Hit me up on that one. Lone Star UAV. I actually just got the Evo 1. So how is the Evo 1? Is it worth getting? Because I seen the other day, I seen $400, I think, was an offer for somebody. He's selling his Evo 1 and he got like 2 batteries with it and a small case and stuff. So I actually was just thinking of getting it because of the just having it in the fleet. You know what I mean? Like now it's going like what you're gonna have in your fleet. That's when you know that you're addicted to droning. It's pretty much you start with something and then you buy something huge and then all of a sudden you want to get some more stuff and some more stuff and some more stuff. So those ones are the things that yeah really kick into it. So yeah, well, yeah, it's easier said than done, Walter. Don't tell the wife. So, because she usually watches my credit card statement. I'm honest. I have a good relationship with my wife, and she actually helped me getting all this stuff going. I said that well, without my wife, it wouldn't have been possible to restart this whole YouTube stuff. It would have taken me a whole lot longer. So my wife helped me out a lot. She actually tolerates a lot that I do, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So she sacrificed a lot too, and time wise and all that stuff. Yeah. But other than that, if you guys do you guys have any questions, any more questions, whatever about droning in general or for beginners or whatever, just let me know in the comment section. I'm gonna stick around for another couple minutes and then hopefully I can answer that question if you guys have any. If not, definitely if you guys haven't done so already, do check out my giveaway video about the Fino Peak 27 soundbar. If you guys interested in it, leave a comment, leave a like. Check out the video and stuff. The more views and clicks and likes I get, the more better it is, because then other people might be enticed to actually send me stuff too that I can give away. I'm not big in usage of that soundbar. I have pretty much everything that I need, and if something gets sent to me, I'm definitely going to try get a second set. If not, I'll just give that one away to you guys, because all this stuff wouldn't be possible without you guys checking in. You know what I mean? So I definitely try to give back as much as I will, and hopefully reach a level one day like Aldrin has. Aldrin has so many things from flight path where he sends out so much stuff, and he has like giveaways on the white constantly. And I want to reach that level someday, just to give back and just be a great member of the community. So yeah, I'm trying to get better in the review stuff. Sometimes I get carried away, and I'm getting a new way of doing a review on certain things, and I still have to pick up with Mary over here, my artificial intelligence. I gotta bind her more in because I have a lot of ideas for it. Currently, I'm actually working on a video. It's more like a short film, entertainment wise. Everything filmed with the Evo 2 Pro, so except for the sound. The sound is still filmed with an audio recorder that I run on the side, but we build a contraption where we actually mount the drone on top with its legs extended, the propellers off, and then the controller and stuff in the back together with a grip that holds everything in place. And then we are literally like going around like this, filming. It's going to be great. It's going to be a longer project. It's probably going to take me a couple months to finish it, but hey, it's totally awesome. I love it. So what do we have here? My next, state, my next one will be Alien Tech versus Trees Interference. Definitely looking forward to that. I have no problem so far with trees. Trees seem to be like very lenient about letting signal through, so that's not too bad. What I have an issue with is like I have areas over here on the Big Island. There's barely any GPS reception. There's barely that. I get like 2 or 3 satellites. So ADI mode once in a while kicks in, and then the drone behaves totally different, and it's really weird. Like I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, but she drifts off. She just drifts off to one side, or when I push forward, then all of a sudden she keeps going, and then she doesn't stop, and it's like, and that's when but those spots are really nice, and I want that shot. You know what I mean? So it's just sometimes you gotta wage off if it's really worth it, spending $2,000 in the air for just that one shot. So that's another thing that has to do with droning. Be aware of where you're going to plan out your shots. Make sure that you have enough reception. Make sure that you have good connection to your drone, and that you pre-fly the stuff first. And don't forget to hit the don't forget to hit the record button, because I did that multiple times. So I bring it back after flying it super good, and look, oh, I didn't record it. So definitely you need to make sure that you press that freaking button, because that's really that's frustrating if that doesn't go through. So get a GPS. Cleaned up the boxes in the corner. Yeah, well, that was just the rubbish that I just all threw into the corner. So I put it all back together already. It's already right here. I only used it for the review, so I didn't want to use it until I give it away, and then you know what I mean, something happens with it. But it is a really good system. That soundbar is really good. It sounds great. And after listening to it, I was like, should I really give it away? But I have to give it away. I promised it, and I am going to give it away to you guys. And I think whoever is going to get it, my son is actually going to draw the stuff. So we're making small peppers with the names on top of everybody who commented and who subscribed to me. And then we just throw it into a big jar. And then on my birthday, I'm going to be filming that my 3-year-old is going to go inside there. He's going to go through. He's going to pull a name. I'm going to try definitely get in touch with that person. And then if anything, it will be announced on the video following my birthday, who is the winner of that stuff. And then, yeah, definitely. Third Eye View, aloha from Texas. Greetings back to Texas. You guys have a great game coming up, 2:20. I think the Cowboys are playing against Rams. Is that what it is? I think we're on the road, though. So definitely, I appreciate all of you guys swinging by. I see there's like 11 people right now that just joined in. So if you guys haven't watched the whole thing, or just check it out afterwards, it has some cool stuff. And definitely check out Paul Feinberg's channel. He's the co-host for Original Dobo. And I'm really grateful that I got him in my show today. So I appreciate all of you guys. And then I'll see you guys next week, Saturday at 2 p.m. All right. You guys, everybody, take it easy. Have a great day. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy your day. And don't forget, COVID-19 is still out there. Wear a mask. Be a nice human. Wash your hands. And be safe, everybody. Aloha.